Hey guys, Anthony again. Basically, we've gone through, building, so the food huts and farms and how they work. Some unit stats we've gone through now, and basically, the hero as well. Some passive and active abilities, which we'll show later on. For this one, so select all. So F1 is select all units, just a little handy tip for you to have. So for this one now, we're going to go through, so building a barracks, having the units. So we're going to go through building defensive towers. So at night you'll get pester waves. And you'll be able to put archers in there and basically defend your base a bit more efficiently rather than just having units standing there. There we go. So if you want to upgrade a building, so you've got the upgrades over the keep, you'll get 3 upgrades you'll be able to give it. Each one taking a bit more resources, but it'll improve the space inside, and it'll start unlocking tech for you. Because early on you'll get pikemen, but if you want to go to bigger and better, really, you'd want to upgrade to keep, build workstations. Oh, there we go. So that's enlightening, so that's increasing their emboldening, which is good. So it's good to have good emboldening. Yes, let's see, is that there? Yes. So we've got, having a couple of oh, there we go. What there is. Let's see. So let's build a workshop. So I want to do. So when you're creating groups, so you want to hold shift, and then whichever units you have will be added to that group. So it'll be 1 to 9. So I can just select it. So number 6, I've set that as my workshop, so I don't have to keep going back and forth, which is good. Oh, we've got a gold mine there as well. That's good. Yes, we want to do that.
Numbers guide me.
There we go. So what we want to do is build. Yeah, I just want to build up there. There we go. So we'll build more dwellings. And I lost a soldier there. That's fine. For the gold, it'll be worth it. There we go, right. So again, capping gold mines, very handy, very good for early gold.
Ready to face the dark.
So, I'll let him heal up. So again, all buildings that are again built, they'll start with about a quarter of their health, but once they're fully built, they'll gain full health then, so you don't even need to repair them. So this is how you build them. So you could do like a line of walls, so get gates where users can go through, which again is very helpful. Let's see if I can get, so storehouse, once it's loaded. Storehouses are great for improving any building that collects resources around them, so gold, and it increases storage. There we go. So let's get that one up.
I am here. I'm already there.
So I'm going to build, now that I have that gold, secure barracks.
The light burns.
So barracks is important because it helps you build soldiers, archers, and all manner of things, depending on what your tech level is really.
I go.
So just while we're waiting, I'll show you the workshop. So yeah, any archers in towers, whether it's the wooden towers or stone ones, it will basically be they'll gain 2 shred to all their attacks. So here's your attack. So yeah, so you get lodges farm, so basically better than dwellings, more space efficient, safe farms. Firewood is you can unlock sconces, which have quite a nice area of vision, and it dehorrifies any units close to them. So just like the keep, the only difference is it doesn't repair armor, which the triage tank can once it's unlocked. And you get the bazaar trading, so that slowly brings in resources and automatically sells them if it's full. So that's quite handy to get. Then you get the lodge, yeah, so your lodge. So braced walls, which basically have armor on them, while the basic walls don't have armor, so it makes a bit of a difference. But you can't repair the armor, just to let you know. I don't know whether that might be patched or what, but yes, they start with a bit of armor, which makes them quite durable initially. And then braced towers, which you can put 3 ranged units in, so 3 archers or 3 arbalists or hunters, for example. And ballista towers, which have sort of a small area of effect, but they have really good damage for the initial waves. And then a refined workshop, which is sort of another tier up, but you need to do a bit of research in the current tier to unlock those. Yeah, so let's get them. So this one. So what I'm going to do is train 2 archers. Probably not necessary, but you know, it's just for the sake of keeping the areas safe. So complete that. And so here you get the skill trees. Let's go through. So you get fearless, chances to ignore horror. I'm not even sure whether that works very well. Or you get 10% speed increase, health. So, and then you get a bit more, and it increases with what you need. So dark essence is sort of the top bottom tier there. You only get to pick one, and you get a. If you pick the one on the left, you only get to choose from the left or the middle. Or if you pick the middle, you get all 3. Or the right, you only get the middle or the right. But then again, if you're in the middle from the last upgrade, you get to pick all of them. So that's how it works. So again, I'll leave that to you to figure out, to sort of experiment with. So this one is basically range and vision, and then basically their damage in towers, and you get general damage increase, which is quite handy. And then the bottom one is the middle, which you'll always have a choice of. Is the fire arrows, which are quite good. And then you get increased emboldening on the right, and then they get like a ability to go invisible, a bit like the rogues in Rebellion. So them units are basically high damage, high shred units in Rebellion, which can go invisible, very useful against spitters. Yeah, so they're quite good counter there, but they get that by default. Just to go through a little bit actually as well for faction specific units, is so of course you get movement speed, knockback, and then area of effect. So you get those, but you'll get specific units for each faction, and I'll just sort of generally go through this. So for order, you get the light bearers. And the catapults, so catapults are really good for the Death Knights, and basically just defensive, really great for groups and stunning. And then for Rebellion, you've got the rogues and the hunters, so the hunters replace the arbalists. So they're a bit faster, generally slightly less damage, but they're still good for taking down high health, high damage units such as the crushers. Still quite good. And then for the volatists, they get cultists instead of soldiers, so they spawn 2 instead of 1. Slightly weaker, but sort of soldiers which have shred, so they're quite good. You know, a lot more wood involved, but if you can get the wood income, they're great for overwhelming. Just keep them away from area of effect nightmares. And then for the volatists also, they have another, basically it's a harbinger, sort of bit like the opposite of the light bearer. Instead they can horrify and basically make the volatist units around them faster for a short time. So that's sort of how that one goes. And sort of that's the major differences really in regards to their sort of special units. Let me just get some more queued up. Blackbird are quite good. They get a bit of that shred, so good early game. Sentinels are basically the tanks. You know, they could do stun. They got quite high health and high armor, and they're available for all the factions. Same as archers and pikemen. And then the arbalists are quite they're slower than most units, but defensively in towers they are really good defensively. But that's, yes, that is that one so far. And then with siege you get flamers, which is sort of small area in front of them to set them. Nightmares on fire, and fire ignores armor, just to say, and also it basically does damage over time for a short time. And then impalers, which are also another siege engine, which can do quite high shred, about 40 I believe it is per shot, and it just does like a whole line in front of it, so that's quite good. And that's available to all the factions, so that's quite good. The only siege engine that isn't is the catapult, which is another order one. Let's just see if I can get. There we go. So that's fine. Yeah, so I'm basically just building up my archers here, just moving them out. Yeah, so I'm just going to
research complete.
So again, he's a bit stronger. He's able to take them. Yeah, then sometimes if they get distracted, they might start attacking another unit without finishing the first one first. So sometimes it can end up being a. Oh, okay, right. So that's a bit of an extra there, right? So I'm just gonna get that one down. So again, iron is sort of the next tier up. Have that fishing. So let's get. Okay. So good opportunity to show you the fishing ports. So these are basically like farms. Yes, they're basically like farms, and they basically work on the water, but they can also sometimes spawn sort of nets with gold in them. So they're very handy for, you know, a little bit of extra gold if you're paying attention to them. Let's see if I've got. Right, so if you double click, you click everything within the range. There you go. So that's just built loads of. There you go. Let's get. So always getting plenty of wood income coming in. Yeah, so Edwin is able to just move out on his own. So let's move.
The dark encroaches.
So I'm going to upgrade the archers.
I serve.
Yeah, so that's pretty much all the barracks things that we need to show you. We'll have. Yeah, so that's the net showing up. So we've got plenty more. So again, it's much more space efficient just to have lodges built. But again, initially they're not it's just not going to be feasible with it, but that's fine. You quickly transition.
Stand as one.
There we go.
Forward.
So for this one, I'm just going to move them out. So Edwin's about to level up.
Upgrade complete.
There we go. Took him down very easily then without his armor up. So I'm going to research firewood as well. So this is ability. There we go, so that's just going to give them more vision.
On my way.
That's upgraded there. Yeah, so we'll get the trade bazaar as well. There we go, so that is... Yeah, so activate this one, stability. Oop, that's not available yet, I guess.
Research complete.
Make way.
See if we can find it. See if we can see it actually. Yeah. So we're gonna. So obviously you can see that this circle's much bigger, but that's fine either way.
Our buildings are under attack.
So more repair roll. So I'm just going to build another one there. So we'll take this soil to the. So there we go. It's got 100 there. To the Death Knights, and then we'll call it a day there. Really. Don't think there's much more really to go through. So we've got the walls.
Research complete.
Yeah, so again his arm's going down, and there you go, his health is absolutely, just absolutely getting obliterated now, due to the fact that his armor is shredded. So,
Upgrade complete.
so I'll get another set of archers. So get some pikemen as well. So there we go, just that one.
Research complete.
So I'm going to build a sconce here. So let's see what else there is. So bizarre. So this is how it works. So if you get it close to iron deposit, for example, then it will begin to take that in.
Hey, don't touch the spear.
Yeah, there we go. So I'm going to guess that the path it will take will be this way. That's where I'm predicting it will be. So for this one, let's build logic. So again, just avoiding where the farms are, trying to avoid them as much as possible, so you're not losing too much efficiency when you're building there. So let's build it. There you go. So you get a timer if it's an active one, which is how long it gets used for. Or like to cool down would be one of those. So again, you'll see here their tiers. So you get tier 1, tier 2, and this mainly affects their health. Sometimes their speed, depends on it. So yeah, so again, big chunk of warriors, but that's fine. They can again dealt with.
We shall not waver.
You know, don't worry about them taking a bit of damage. You know, as long as they don't die, you know, then they'll fully heal. Yeah. Yeah, so let's just put that there. So again, so a bit more. So, oh, there we go. So I'm going to move all my units here. So I'm going to build gate there. And then what I'll do is I'll put 3 walls there. So that's necessary. So them towns have got that area defended. That will probably won't have any enemies coming through, but that's fine. So I'm just going to get these. Actually, going to get the research. Yeah, might as well. There we go. So this green glow, this basically indicates that's coming this way. So for this one, it'll mainly be just my infantry units, but on higher difficulties or later waves, depending on how well your heroes leveled up, depend how well they are with dealing with the nightmares. So again, you get crawlers, which is quite weak, no armor on them, and then you get the spearmen, which are, you know, they got a bit of shred on them, but they're not dangerous either way. Let's get that too. And then you get the warriors, which we've been dealing with. They could be a bit deadly with their 10 damage per hit, but still not massive threats. And then you get spitters, which can spit basically horrifying balls, which show like a little purple circle. Easily dodgeable, but again using a bit of micromanagement against the spot. And then you get wraiths, which are sort of quite high shred, high damage, but they got no armor, so they can be quite easily overwhelmed. So let's turn that on fire. So let's set one on fire as well, so that's dealing with him as well, quite well. So I'm going to send my spearmen out there, our pikemen. Yeah, look at that, absolutely dealing with them in their formation. There we go. Yes, that's basically a death knight for you, really. So after that you get a blessing, and during that you'll get a malice, which will take away something, which the one that we just had was basically increasing the cost for every unit taken out. But again, at the end of the night, that malice disappears unless you've got a hardship on. But we don't in this case. In normal gameplay you don't. It just disappears after that night, which is nice. And then you get blessings, so you can either drop double resources from points of interest that you can collect, either from get units from camps or the tombs, which give you a bit of resources. Very handy early on. Budget capita basically makes all builders cheaper. It's very handy again. Or construction times 50% faster, which in some circumstances, if you want to, can be quite useful. But we'll leave it there. I believe that's pretty much everything to get you started, really, on Age of Darkness. Let me just think. I think I have covered everything actually. Yeah. So you get Grand Bellows, Ballistas, and then Siege Factories. So basically you get advanced workshops and then the Siege Factory, which is sort of the top tier siege there. But apart from that, I've pretty much gone through everything. You get your upgrades, find farms, lumberyards, quarries, and I'll pretty much leave the rest to yourself. Just to experiment and learn the game and enjoy it. But hopefully this tutorial and the other earlier videos has given you a much better idea of how Age of Darkness works. And also watch out for them elite nightmares, because they will have armor on, but if you either overwhelm them, apart from the spitter version of the elites, or the crushers, then you'll be able to deal with them quite easily and get that dark essence. So I will see you in the next video I make. So take care.